about love, like you and me all night, and let's talk about love. I'm feeling alright, and let's talk about love. Yeah, baby, come and dance with me. Everything I'll ever need, so let's talk about love.
Hello, 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 hello. Good evening on this good Thursday evening. I am Dr. Renair, the Relationologist. I help people navigate through relationships with self, others, and the divine. And I am so excited to be here for our first ever Pink Love Lab Live. Say that fast, like 3 or 4 times, going to trip you up. But the Pink Love Lab Live, where you bring your questions about life, about love, about living, and we talk about it. We talk about it. And speaking of the Pink Love Lab Live, what would a relationologist, what would a Dr. Renair be without a fabulous lab assistant? So, before I get started, I want to introduce you to my lab assistant for tonight. It is Kay. Can we welcome Kay? Like that's like a bad like interview thing.
It's me.
This is Kay. This is my lab assistant, and I see all my lab partners coming in the room. Hey, hey, hey. Meech, I am feeling like pink love. That's what I'm feeling like. And the reason why I asked Kay, and for anyone who knows us but don't know who this is, Kay became my wife on February the 14th. So I wanted Kay to be the first lab assistant because my work in relationship wellness that I've been doing for the past 14 years has always been rooted in my life. But there's been a lot that I've learned about my life, about my business, about my profession, and how to use the things that I learned in my relationship with her. And part of that was because after the end of my last relationship, I took some time to heal. We'll talk about that at a different point. So I want to thank all of you for joining in and being a lab partner tonight as we talk about different issues. I've already gotten a couple letters in, but I will say to you, if you would like to submit a question anonymously, dig that, anonymously, you can send a QR code scan. You can send, go online. Can we pull that information up, please? Polev.com/Renair Amin 034 or text 37607. I'm not sure why it's not coming up on the screen, but it is text 37607 with the code Renair Amin 034. Up. It's coming up on the screen.
Thank you.
So thank all of you out there joining from Facebook, that are joining from Instagram, that are joining from YouTube, and thank you, Kara Solutions, for providing the tech on this. And not just that, thank you to Inspire Network. You're going to hear about how this show is now a member of the Inspire Network, where inspiration finds its voice. Inspire Network, where inspiration finds its voice. So, before we kick off, I wanted to take a moment to play a video for you all. This video that I saw, and I want you to give us your opinion as well. And Kay, my lab assistant here, we're going to talk a little bit about that video after this.
What is the worst relationship advice you've ever heard or received?
Find someone who loves you more than you love them.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Good answer. All right. Question number 2. What's the best relationship advice you've ever heard, received, or given?
Make a list of the things that are truly important for you to find in a partner, and then be that list.
What you think?
I mean, it is really inspirational. It's actually smart advice. Honestly. The bad advice was really bad. I mean, let's give it to him. Like, why you love somebody who loves you more. I mean, that's really bad advice. But the good advice was very good because I feel like you have to reflect that what you want to attract.
No, I get that,
Yeah.
you know, and tell us in the comments what you think about that phrase, find someone who loves you more than you love them. And I have heard that before. I have heard that before. Has anyone else heard that before? I've absolutely heard that before. And not only have I heard it before, I know some people that stand on that. If at any point in their relationship they start to feel more for the person than the person feels for them, they will end the relationship or go about finding a way to sabotage it. So I don't know what it is or who came up with that. I think whoever came up with that is a narcissist. I think they're a narcissist or have narcissistic tendencies because relationships are about, um, I can't say it's 50-50, but what I will say is it is about a give and take. If that person loves you more than you love them, then they're invested in the relationship a different way than you. And don't misunderstand. I'm not talking about you just met the person and um they tend to start falling a little bit more faster than you, or they start exhibiting like the relationship a little bit differently. I'm not talking about that. Right, Casey, that's what I'm saying. I've never heard that. You said, but you've heard that love isn't 50-50. Love isn't 50-50.
And it's not.
I don't think at any bills can be 50-50. But in relationships, there's something about balance, right? There's going to be moments, and this is in friendships too. Understand the thing at Pink Love and for the Pink Love Lab, we're not just talking about romantic relationships. Now, the questions that came in today are related to romantic relationships, but even in friendships, there are moments that I may be calling my friend a little bit more in this particular season than those, you know, then they may be calling me more in one season. We may be talking a lot and then not a lot at all. So I don't know if there's ever like really truly a 50-50. I will say, I think that as you grow in your partnership, then you will notice where the nuances are, where one may be like, you know, 60-40, 90-10. Casey, you said your partner has always said they love you more. I don't think it's true, but we definitely love differently, so it may come across that way.
That's not, it's different love languages. You just love differently. That's two different people individually. So it's not necessarily one loves more than the other because that's quantity. But you want to kind of say you have different love languages. You have different ways that you show each other love, and hopefully it bridges y'all together because people have two different love languages. So people express their love different ways.
Well, people do express their love different ways, and I want to say hello to everyone. I see the Hayes, hey Nuvi, hey Dr. Tawana. I see everyone tuning in, and thank you so much. And just to go back to what we were talking about, I do think that there is a way that love is perceived that may give an illusion to someone that they may have more feelings than another person. Because there are some people that just are not as emotional, they're not as affectionate, they're not as dot dot dot. And if the other person equates the value of their love to how that person displays it back, then they may feel that they love the other person more. But I don't think that anyone can really tell someone, oh, how much I really, 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 really love you. That's just my opinion. But I want to hear from you. And the other part about making a list, absolutely. Absolutely. But here's the thing about making a list. Be very, very, very careful and be very honest with yourself. I think sometimes, and I've worked with people that didn't want to be honest with themselves because they didn't want to come off as a bad person. if you don't like someone, if you have a preference on a height, a build,
A profession that they work in, you know, what kind of family background they have. Some people have certain things they want to master, or things that they think are top priority.
right.
Mhm.
And so when you are making your list, write those things down. Write down the things that you desire to see happen.
Not sure.
It's not shallow, it's honest. Now, I'm not saying, because I don't know, in social media world, we like to post everything. I'm not saying get online and post it. I'm saying that if you're doing online dating, if you have friends that are fixing you up, share with them what you're looking for. Share with them what you are looking for. But I think writing out what you're looking for in a partner, how you desire to have your relationship unfold, I think part of that allows you to dream as well. I think it allows you to dream as well and find out more about yourself. So I want to again welcome everyone from Instagram, welcome everyone from Facebook, welcome everyone from YouTube and LinkedIn. We are out in
Outside.
they say we outside.
We outside.
We outside on the tech waves outside, you know? But let's start to get into our first letter. Because I put this post up a minute ago and people were asking, like, is it really anonymous? It's really anonymous. Just don't put no like information,
No personal detail, please.
personal information in, and we're being told.
I need to speak up a little louder.
Yes.
Yes.
I need from
Yes.
your
From my stomach. Got
yes,
it.
from your
All
from
right.
your diaphragm.
I got it.
She's quiet,
Yes.
but I thank you though. I do thank you for stepping. Good evening, good evening. Hello everyone. I do like thank you for stepping out of your comfort zone. She don't do this. She don't do this. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever done this.
I don't think you've done this with a partner. I think we discussed this earlier. I don't think you said you've ever done this with a partner.
Yeah, a little louder. You know,
Okay. So I don't think
because
you've
the
ever done.
microphone's right there.
I don't think you've ever done this with another partner. I like to be the person. Appreciate
But but again, hey, Dr. Renair, I am hoping. Oh, here the first question has come up on the screen. Hey, Dr. Renair, I'm hoping you can help me out here. Lately, and lab partners, get ready because I'm gonna ask you to chime in too. Hey, Vanessa. Lately, it feels like my partner and I are just going through the motions. We live together, but it's like we're on autopilot. More roommates than partners. We used to chat and laugh for hours, but now our conversations are just about daily tasks. I miss feeling connected to them. What can we do to break down these walls and reconnect like we used to? Woo! We've been on this journey for
it. 6 years.
going on 6 years, and it is very easy to slip into like a normalcy, especially if you have children in the house, if you both are working, especially if you're both working like the alternate schedules, or just sometimes being comfortable.
That part.
And so there's things that you can do to continue to connect to your intimacy. I mean, you could go buy my book, Come With Me, Love, but I'm going to act like.
This is not the time.
Not the time.
Not
Never
the
act.
time.
Okay. But there are things that you can do to start to reignite the intimacy. So we're talking about things like sitting down and talking about what made you both get on this journey and how your love continued to evolve, because there's nothing stopping you both from revisiting some of the things that you used to enjoy or finding new hobbies that you don't even know you don't even like.
That part.
You might decide to take up some type of salsa dancing and discover that you both really like dancing. I think it's food.
We're foodies.
We're foodies. So we are looking for ways to new foods to try, new cities to visit because of maybe a festival or something like that. If I travel, I'm looking for things to tell her about. Or if she travels, because she knows I'm a snack connoisseur, no
I'll
joke.
bring back snacks from everywhere.
She'll bring back snacks from everything. So it's important to find the thing or things that keep you excited about one another. Leave them a voice message that has them thinking about you for the rest of the day. And if you have a question, please, please, please feel free to send the question in. As you see it scrolling across the bottom of the screen, you can post them with the letter Q before it so it can be seen easily. That was hard for me to read. I felt
like a long sentence too. Wow. Oh, that's a lot.
And if you're in the room and you're like, I don't feel like going through all that, and you have a question that you would like to propose, please do. And again, I am Dr. Renair Amin. I'm a relationship wellness coach. I am the relationologist. I help people with relationships, personal, interpersonal with others, and intrapersonal with the divine. So we decided to do a Pink Love Lab live, and this is my assistant for the evening, my wife, Kay. And as we go forward, there will be different lab assistants to join us to give their input on the questions that you have. So what do you think? Because me and you often talk about that conversation around lesbian bed death, right? And it's a really big fear for her.
Fear that.
Real talk. Like, it's a really big fear for her because it is known or said that in lesbian relationships, after a certain amount of time, especially living together, sometimes you can fall into the comfortability or the inconvenience of life, and all of a sudden you're just roommates, you're just best friends, and you're just hanging out. So let me hear your tips from you all, those that are in a relationship. How do you keep your relationship alive? What's
your thing? Traveling, food, adventures. You know, we like to try out new things. Every month we try to pick a local date, and then I tell people every quarter try to pick not even far. You don't have to go over the water. Just try to pick a trip, something small. It can be something in another city. Staycations are very, very good way to keep your relationship going, like it really is.
Well, tell people what a staycation is in case they don't know.
So a staycation is usually finding a place within your same city that you can explore the city away from your home. So like for me, I would book hotels or say book a decent hotel in Brooklyn or Manhattan and act like a tourist in my own city. Because sometimes when we're working, doing the hustle and bustle, we're just used to going home and going to work. So sometimes you just got to explore your city because you live there, you pay taxes, so you might as well go see what's going on out there anyway.
And Marissa is right, standing date night, where both make that time for each other. I like that. And why I like standing same day, weekly, no matter what the date looks like, it's our time. And that's big. When you have that same day weekly, don't let anything come in between that. I told someone the other day, I said, God willing. My mom used to say that all the time. She'd say, God willing. And they were like, and I was like, it just really means the only thing that's going to stop me is an act of God, right? So I love that. Same day, weekly, no matter what the date looks like. And so that may mean, and it sounds like Marissa, just, hit the chat with if this is yes or no. Even if you are not in the same city, that same date and that same time weekly
it's your time.
Is your time.
Your date night, no matter what. We like that.
Hola, Evelyn. Good to see you. See you, Pam. I see you. So you said Pam said they enjoy traveling at least once a year. So that goes back to what you were saying. Now we tend to once a year take a major trip. And it's usually between September and October because those are our birth dates. And now we got to add in Valentine's Day, but but it's something about traveling and it opens up new experiences, new memories. And please, couples, don't get mad at me. Don't jump down in the comments and like go off on me. It's okay to vacation with your friends.
Right.
It's okay to
Girl trip.
have a life
Girl trip is on.
separate from your partner. Now, if that's not your relationship structure, no judgment.
Right.
Because I have friends that say we not traveling separate nowhere, no how. Everywhere he goes, I go. Everywhere she goes, I go. And that's, I respect whatever structure anyone has for their dynamic. For us,
Take your time with your friends if they invite you out. I go out on my trips, on my solo trips once a year when we go, and then we plan our trip together where we're gonna go for the year. Simple as that. We agree that we can't spend every waking moment with each other. We love each other, but we have friends and family and other people to visit, and we take that time apart to go see our people. And then when we our time, we do it big.
right. And I want to say this because I know people like listening and then they'll go and be like, screenshot just this portion and send to their partner and say, Dr. Renair said I can travel with my friends.
Don't do that. Too.
If your friends are messy, do not go traveling with your friends.
Facts. If they're up to no good, leave them
If they
alone.
know, if you know going into that trip that they are up to no good, stay your home.
Right. Exactly.
But no, I didn't have to say that because people did take my words, it becomes a thing. And I see you, Dr. Tawana, you love a good staycation. There's nothing.
Listen, sound bites are always getting around so fast.
Listen, we're in the age of the internet. They would crop that thing and be like, look, she said, go hang out with my friends, not your messy
Not
friends.
your-
But yeah,
Right.
it brings back something to talk about. Let's see if anything came in. And could you do me a favor? Could you roll across the bottom of the screen? If anyone has an anonymous question, if you want it to remain anonymous, don't put no identifying information in there about yourself. But if anyone has any anonymous questions, you can send a text to 37607. Yeah,
Yeah, you missed the whole first.
I missed the whole
But go
first
ahead,
part.
but go ahead. I mean, carry on, Dr. Renair, carry on.
I'm looking at it on one screen, it's rolling across the bottom. So they're putting it in the chat too. So it's polev.com/Renair 034. And then, or you can text Renair 034 to 37607. I'm going to shorten that. The next time we do this, it's going to be a whole new link and everything else.
We don't want to kill y'all. Make sure we got it.
So let's check out some of the comments. Pam said Renee is very comfortable with her traveling with friends. She actually encourages it. I encourage it too. I encourage it too. I think that it also gives you the ability to reset. And not because something is wrong. It just gives you the ability to reset. It's something about when you're hanging with your friends, there's a different energy. You know, it's kind of like you get to pour into each other. You get to support each other. You get to talk about things maybe you don't necessarily always get to talk about. You know what I mean? Laquita said, I might still go because of the giggles I would get. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been to a girls trip, an all girls trip, and it was very weird at first. I'm not gonna lie, because I usually go with my more masculines, but the tea was very hot, and I wasn't gonna miss that. So I paid my good money to get the tea in Jamaica. So it was a great trip. It was a great trip.
Okay. So I see, this is why this is the Pink Love Lab, right? Because relationships there's a chemistry to relationships, right? You put this in, and you may get this. You put this in, and that's why you all are my lab partners, because we talk this through. So I'm gonna have to look at my recipe a little bit. If going to hang with your friends will have you a good time, good giggles, and good tea, go.
Let's go.
But if you know something about to go down,
Stay away.
go to your room.
Right. Stay right on in the place.
Go to your room.
Don't look for me.
Because everybody has that one friend that could talk
Ooh.
a bear into wearing a fur coat. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow, that took off quickly.
Everyone has that one friend that can get you into some serious trouble. So I'm just saying, I'm just being really honest about it.
That's hilarious.
And Evelyn said you have to have a life together and separate. And her spouse has been together 33 years.
I aspire to be like you.
I do too.
I aspire to be there. 33 years. We got 6. We got 27 more.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm in for 33 years, right? My love life was like the Chutes and Ladders game. Every time I got up to like
Wow.
where I thought there was some stability, I went sliding back down to the bottom. So hey, thank you for tuning in again. Saying welcome to everyone tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram.
You're trying to make it 3 days.
So yeah, when we're talking about doing things as a couple, we're talking about allowing the other person to grow. Allowing the other person to grow. And now I got to circle back to something because every time I keep thinking about this hypothesis or, all of this, I'm just thinking to myself, and that leads me to our next question. Can we pull up question number 2? Because now this may factor into what will affect someone being able to go with their friends. This was letter number 2 that came in. I'm really stuck and I could use some advice. Not long ago, I discovered that my partner was dishonest. And it's completely shaken my trust. I know, I feel like I should slow down, Renair. I've discovered that my partner was dishonest with me and it's completely shaken my trust. They're apologetic and want to make things right, but I'm full of doubts and scared of getting hurt again. I love them and part of me wants to forgive, but how do I start rebuilding trust? Is it even possible, or am I just setting myself up for more pain? Is it possible?
It really depends on what the offense is. Because some people have deal breakers. Like me, I'm a big loyalty person. So if you do something that makes me feel like you're disloyal to me, I'm never going to be able to trust you to be on my side when something tough comes around. That's just my thing. Some people have deal breakers. If it's cheating's a deal breaker for you, or if it's you hanging out with that one friend that she's just scandalous, always got you on some stuff, that's a deal breaker. There are many factors as to this question. It can go so many ways. I feel like there's so many variables. Like depends on what the offense is.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah. So tell me, lab partners, what are your thoughts? DeShanta, that's my cousin. Hey, cousin. Cousin said it's possible. Is it possible to rebuild trust after a betrayal of some sort has occurred? Do you think so? I do think it is, but I do think that with that apology, 2 things have to happen. There has to be one of 3 things need to happen. There needs to be a conversation about it. Not only does there need to be a conversation about it, I need to see change behavior. And I need to see change behavior for an extended amount of time.
Makes sense.
So now going back to that other question, right? If I'm in a relationship with you and you cheated on me while you were hanging out with your friends, if you try to go to a girls' trip with them same friends, I'm not. Nope. Nope.
See, that's what I'm talking about. The offense. It's the offense itself. Yes, only if both parties are willing to work it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you cannot work on a relationship by yourself. I don't care. You can. Oh, thank you, God. I just had a spiritual moment. You can pray for that relationship by yourself, but you can't work on that relationship by yourself.
Both
you can't.
Both gotta do the work.
And so I see Marissa said it's possible when the self work is done. First self work, then work for the partnership. Change behavior 1 minute at a time. But if the break of trust goes against your core value, then it will be difficult. That I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
You would never fall. If it's something you would never forgive for, it's gonna be hard to get past it. People drop the ball.
People drop the ball. If you're going to forgive them, you have to let go of what happened. Trust is a major ingredient of a relationship. You all, even where Evelyn said, it won't happen overnight. It's day by day. It is very hard. I think it's very hard to rebuild trust if it was one of the core values that were broken. And lab partners, get in the comments, let me know what you think. I see you on Instagram. Dave Tony says it takes two to tango. Right.
We both gotta want it. Both gotta work at it.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't realize how much an offense against my core value, how much that'll take me out of the relationship, and how that has changed as I've gotten older. When I was younger, someone cheated on me, we figured it out. Like what's going on, or I cheated back. I said, when I was younger, I am reformed. I'm reformed. Don't judge me. This is why we in the lab, right?
I just got the give it to me for free.
And Dave said it again. He said, no trust, no relationship is a foundation. I do agree that when a level of trust gets broken, especially if it's in your core value, it's hard to come back from that. Now at this age in my life, I didn't realize how much cheating is a core value. Not cheating, but respect. It's not monogamy that's my core value, right? I'm just being honest. It's not monogamy that's my core value. It's respect for me. So with that, when you are trying to rebuild, you almost have to clear the land.
Start a new slate, something. If it's something I can't mentally handle, then I have to allow the relationship to dissolve.
Yeah.
Devil's advocate, I get it. If you can't get over it, you can't get over it. You can't hold the person over it either.
Yeah. Now, see, that's the thing. That's honest. Part of being able to, in a healthy way, engage in relationship is being honest with yourself. You don't hold on to the person and then mistreat them or make them feel away when you know and when you get to the point that mentally I can't get over it.
You know you can't go back. Just be honest with the person. Don't hold them back. It's unfair.
Right. Now, KC said, not for me personally, I may forgive, but I won't forget. And the action will take everything on a different course. It'll always be a variable. Rosetta said, the person also has to take ownership of the issue and not make it the other person's fault or try to shift the blame as a reason as to why it happened. There is something about acknowledgement. Oh, Lord. I don't know about nobody else, but there is something about acknowledgement. I tend to be a little more able to navigate through that hurt when someone sits down with me and say, yo, what I did was up. It was messed up. I am sorry. This is why I did it. It will never happen again. We need to go to counseling. I will do whatever it takes to make this better. I am sorry. I can get with that.
It's no accountability for me. That'll irritate me so bad.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah. I don't do well with no accountability. And I have to be honest with you all. I don't do well with I don't know.
You do. In that moment, you had a reason why you went forward with it. There was a second where you had like a choice to be like, nah, let me not do this.
Right. Even if the thought was what? I look good tonight. I feel good tonight. And this person is stroking my ego, and that's what I need. If that's the truth, that's the truth. But if a person says, I don't know, I'm challenged with that because I'm wondering, do you really not know? Or do you not want to tell me for the fear that I can't get
track from that.
I can't get back on track from the answer.
Right. So that's holding people over again.
Yeah.
Because that means there's something internally that you already had going on and you didn't discuss it with me. And then this night or opportunity presented itself and you took the risk. And now you passed that red light. And the person's like, so, why did it happen? And they're like, I don't know. You know exactly when you walked out that door, and you know exactly in that moment before you went and crossed the boundary.
Why are you look at this? Did you say it? Tamara said it. Or I don't care enough. Like, let's be honest.
Straight up.
Let's be honest. I don't know who said get under studio lights when you're in menopause, but at the end, woo! I'm like flush. And plus I'm hyped because Tamara hit it on the head. Be real. If you don't care, say it.
Just straight up. Be straight up.
Say it. Say it from your back too. Just be honest about it. Be like, babe, how I used to feel, I don't feel that way anymore. And
right, we got to figure this out. We're going to go our separate ways. We're going to have to hash this out. We have a long talk about it, something. But when people literally make decisions and they know they've been checked out the relationship or they want out or this is a poor excuse for getting out of something, it's a dump. Like,
it is a poor excuse. And I'm going to tell you something. See, I remember I told you I'm reformed. Like, it's funny that you say that because I've been in therapy for many years and I learned a lot of stuff about myself. And what I realized is that I would cheat to make you angry enough to leave me because I didn't have the heart to leave the relationship.
Wow. So you let them break you off.
Not break me off,
well,
but break up with me.
Break away from you, yeah.
It was breaking me off that probably got me into trouble in the first place.
You are, reformed? You sure?
Yeah, listen, the Pink Love Lab, that's how it goes here.
Right.
You said, when you take away my choice of correcting an issue by telling me what you need, I don't know, does not suffice, and your actions must go somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah, because that's what it does. Any moment, and then we're going to get ready to wrap it up. This has been amazing. Any moment where you make a decision without having the conversation with your partner, in that moment, you've taken your partner's choice away from being able to give an input into the situation.
Very dangerous space to be in.
I always talk about, and this is the last thing I'm going to say before I wrap up. I feel like sometimes much of what occurs, right, is the inability for people to be honest about where they are and who they are in that moment. Like, I have some friends and we talk about monogamy. We talk about non-monogamy. We talk about stuff because there's people in situations and they're constantly cheating. And the truth of the matter is they're not cheating on the person because they don't care about them. They're cheating on the person because they are non-monogamous.
Right, and not being honest about that. Discuss it.
If you have 40 partners and you cheated on 40 partners after you get to the bottom of what it is,
let's just call a spade a spade.
Call a spade a spade. And so I want to go back to the comment about taking away my choice. And I really believe that as we go through even more episodes of the Pink Love Lab, that we'll get more questions come in and we start to have conversations on how to have healthy relationships, how to have healthy friendships, how to engage people in a healthy way at our job. And that was what the point of this was. And I really enjoyed it.
I had a good first time.
And I thank you for being my lab assistant.
I'll be back one.
And she'll be back one of these days. This was really a pilot. And you all showed up. And I thank you for showing up. I feel like this is absolute I'm getting messages with to correct typos. So that comment was, when you take away my choice of not by not telling me what is needed.
Right. Discuss with your partner before you make that bad decision. That's what we're trying to say to you. Think
Right.
before you do.
Right.
Thanks.
And to the person that sent that note, it is possible to rebuild. You saw the other lab partners in the chat. They were telling you it is possible to rebuild, but it is going to take work. Talk to a relationship therapist, meet with a relationship coach. If you're not into
They love this.
if you're not into that, doing all of that, if you want to talk to a spiritual leader, however it goes, take the time to clear the land. Clear the land. If you ever seen a building get tore down, at some point the construction company comes in, and in order to build anew, they have to clear the land. They don't take the same wood to build the new building that they're putting there.
You don't want that.
They get rid of it. It doesn't mean that we don't remember what building used to be there. If you live in any city and you ride down the street, you'll ride past the corner and go, I remember when that used to be Gimbel's. I remember when that used to be Woolworth. I remember when that used to be the bank so you always remember that something occurred. But in order to build a new, you got to clear the land. And you're not going to clear the land if you're afraid to be honest about why the house had to be demolished in the first place. So before we go, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to those that submitted questions. This information, if you are following me on Instagram or Facebook, send your questions in. And for the next Pink Love Lab, we will talk about them. And I'll have a new lab assistant. Kay supported me this one time, but she said, not every Thursday. You're not getting my every Thursday or every other Thursday. We haven't even decided. I don't even know if this is going to be once a month. I don't know. Is it supposed to be? What you guys think?
Yeah, what's the timing on
What you all think? Should this be once a month, every other week? Don't say every week. We're not doing it.
Like summer's coming. Let's keep that in mind.
And this show is now a member of the Inspire Network. So remember back in the day on MTV, for those that may remember, MTV used to have the VJ. The VJ used to come in and all you would hear is their voice. Well, I would like to introduce to you the founder of the Inspire Network and the one handling all the behind the scenes, Sue. Could you tell them a little bit more?
Come on, gang.
Hey, y'all. So I see many of our friends here. First of all, congratulations on an amazing pilot. And next time I'm going to have some hand clapping sounds and some cheering sounds, because it was absolutely amazing. And I know it's going to be uber successful. The people came out on Facebook and on YouTube and on Instagram. And so I want to thank all of you for.
They know you too.
Yeah.
I want to thank all of you for coming out and making this such a success. Hey, my friends, I see all of you. Yes, so this is the you're like the inaugural show, right? Aside from Inspire, you're the inaugural show of the Inspire Network, and I'm so proud. Listen, when it was dropped in my spirit to start this network, this show had to be the first one, and I'm so grateful that you said yes. So the Inspire Network is where inspiration finds its voice, and we offer you a community. We offer you production services. So if you're interested in having your own podcast or having your own broadcast, just like tonight's broadcast, we will help you do all of that. We will help you do all of that. Packages start at $100, y'all, $100 a month for consultation and branding and all of that good stuff, we begin at 100. So you can't get what you get for 400. Let me just put that out there. Okay. But if you're interested in some consulting in starting your own podcast or your own video broadcast, your own live stream broadcast, you can send me an email at sue@getinspired.live. And while I am here, I want to invite you to my show on Saturday morning. On Saturday morning, we will have Danny, who's the author of Pretty Little Bastard Child, and she will be joining us to talk all about her life and this amazing memoir that she has written. So join me on Inspire, 10 a.m. Eastern this Saturday morning. We're continuing our celebration of Black Women's History Month. Join me as I speak with guest Danny, who's the author of Pretty Little Bastard Child. Thank you so much, Dr. Renair and my siblings. Listen, I'm so grateful to the divine for your presence in my life. And I can't wait to see how far we go with this thing. I love you both.
Love you both. And thank everyone that tuned in from LinkedIn, from Facebook, from Instagram, from YouTube for the love. It looks like everyone's voting. They said every other week. So stay tuned for the next announcement of the next Pink Love Lab Live. Follow me. I'm Renair Amin everywhere. Instagram, Facebook. Just type in Renair Amin. There's only one me. And you can also visit my website, pinklovewellness.com, or email at pinklovewellness@gmail.com. So on that note, I pray that everyone has a blessed week. And until next time, keep experimenting, keep learning, keep being Pink Love. And join us next time for the Pink Love Lab Live.
Let's talk about love, like you and me all night and